Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back with another quick card. My quick card today is just a bigger version of this quick card that I made a little while ago. So this card is 4 inches square. So I'm going to upsize the card today, and we're going to make it 5 inches square. We're still going to be using the same bit of the Lights Aglow, but I'm going to show a way to use the circle without having a circle punch or die. So let's get started. I'm going to use my paper trimmer. I've also already cut out some squares here from gold foil and some Lights Aglow, another pattern of Lights Aglow paper. And what I want to do is cut this card to 10 inches across. So let's pop that on there. So this is A4 card, and I'm going to cut it at 10 inches. And then we can close that down. Careful. And I'm going to cut it at 5 inches. Let's just get that tucked in. There we are. So we'll put that at 5 inches and cut that. And then we want to score it at 5 inches as well. I usually use a scoreboard for this, but I will use the scoring part of the paper trimmer. So that's going to give us our larger card base. Let me find my bone folder. So this is going to be a 5 inch square card rather than the 4 inch that I made here. So we're going to actually add another layer to this, and I've taken another pattern of the Lights Aglow papers. So let me just bring that in for a second, because you get 4 of each sheet of the Lights Aglow paper. So 4 of each pattern. So we get actually 4 sheets of this one, which will give you 16 of the smaller squares that we're going to cut out in a bit. But then we've also got this pattern that's just got little gold stars on it. So I'm going to adhere this, and you've got the lovely bokeh on the other side, so if you wanted to, you could go with that. But I'm trying to keep that gold theme going through my card. So I'm going to just pop this on to our card front here. And then I'm going to get the paper trimmer back out to cut down that card, that layer that you've just seen here, the pattern here. So I've done this once before, but I'll just show it again in case you've not seen the earlier video, and I'll link to that as well. So this is 6 by 6, so we're going to put it at 3 and cut it, and turn it and cut it again at 3 inches there. So let me just slide that out. So for the other card that I made here, I used the square one, and we're still using the same little square of Very Vanilla, but we're actually going to mat it onto some gold foil as well, and I'll explain why in a moment. So these are going to both get matted onto gold foil. So we'll do that, and I'm going to just stamp this with the All Is Merry and Bright sentiment, and this is actually from this Christmas lights bundle. It's a sentiment from here, and there are some wonderful little shapes and tags that would work extremely well with this. But for the moment, because I'm just wanting to show a quick card and something that is suitable for beginners, I'm keeping it more simple than using dies. So I've got cherry cobbler ink, And what I'm going to do is put this into a diamond configuration. So we've got it cut square, but I'm turning it to a diamond like that. And if need be, you can get it lined up. If you've got some grid paper, it helps, because then you can make sure that it is sort of squared off. And then I'm going to stamp that sentiment there and leave that to just dry for a few seconds. And this is a fun way of just changing things around a little bit, and it still fits on square designs, because all you're doing is turning that square and making it a diamond. So I'm going to fit this squarely onto the gold foil, and I'm putting this on direct because we're going to use some dimensionals between the layers. And then I'm going to do the same thing and just pop this on squared off. But of course we've already stamped it as a diamond. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals now and pop some dimensionals onto the back of this layer. I like to put them in the corners and then one in the centre, and I'm going to do the same with this. If you need to be careful of postage prices, then usually a couple of layers like this is fine with UK Post, but if you want to be extra careful, then just use dimensionals on one layer if you prefer. So I'm going to take the backing off of those, and what I'm going to do is turn this around. So I'm going to get that sort of lined up there. Again, this grid paper helps, but it's, you know, it can still be done even if you've not got it. So I'm just going to lay that on, make sure that my points look lined up, and then press that in place. Take the backings off these dimensionals, and we're keeping it as a diamond. You could always flip it and go that way so that you've got a square within a diamond within a square, but I'm going this way, and I'll show you, actually I'll show you now. The reason I'm doing it this way is because if I go, actually it wouldn't make much difference. It wouldn't make much difference. So you could go squared off. I've put the extra layer of gold foil on this one because it kind of hides a little bit that we're dealing with a circle here behind it rather than a square. So I think that's okay. Let me bring this back in. So you can, in actual fact, this is a circle, but because everything is squared off, it doesn't look so circular. We've covered up the obvious circle that is here, so you're just seeing the bits around the edges. So there you go. That is a larger quick Lights Aglow card using a different sentiment. You could still use the little pearls to embellish this if you wanted. I'm leaving it like this because we've already got the layers. If I put the pearls on, I'd want them on this one, and that could just make it a little bit too much for going through the post, and they might catch a little bit going through the post as well. So I'm leaving it like that. So there you've got the two different sizes, but both of them using these 3x3 squares that you get from the 6x6 paper. So I hope that that helps, that gives you a little bit more of an idea of what you can do with these cute little squares. I am also going to be using, you get 4 as well in soft succulent. It's the same design. You get the soft succulent with gold, and I'm going to be using those ones in my online workshop this coming Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. UK time. So if you'd like to join me at that, there'll be some more ideas there, but I'm hopefully going to be able to post the video for you to be able to catch up with it if you miss it on Wednesday night. Please do subscribe to my channel below to be able to see a quick card every Monday and a quick tip every Friday. And thank you for stopping by.